Let's tie the Puff Pastry Bonefish fly. We're going to start with the Daiichi 2456 number 4 number 6 hook and some Veevus 6/0 white thread. We're going to take the thread about 2/3 of the way down the shank of the hook, leaving the last third exposed. The next thing we're going to do is tie in the legs or the antenna of the fly. For that, we're just going to use some little centipede legs, some orange with black barring on them. And we want those to be about 1.5 to 2 times the length of the shank of the hook. You're going to tie these in on each side of the shank. Once you have your legs tied in, ready for the mouth parts of the fly. This will be some deer body hair. Bleached elk will work as well. That's actually what I'm using in this video because I didn't have any body hair. But white or yellow deer body hair is really the best thing for this fly. You want to tie a little chunk in of about 20-30 fibers, about the length of the shank of the hook. Maybe a little bit shorter than that. We're just going to tie them right on top of the legs there. You want to make sure those materials are locked down nice and tight. And this will be where you tie the eyes in. We're just going to use some black, medium-sized brass eyes. You can also use bead chain eyes if you want to tie this a little lighter. We're just going to lock those into place. Now we're ready to build the head. For that, we're going to use some UV red ice dub. You can also use orange or pink, just depending on the color that you want to tie, but we're using some UV red for this video. And you just want to build a round ball of dubbing around the eyes and completely cover the thread. Now we're ready for the tail. For that, we're just going to use some tan craft fur, about twice the length of the shank of the hook. And I like to trim mine to length before I tie it in, so I just give it a trim before we get started. And we're going to tie this in on the underside of the hook, and we're going to tie it in facing forward on the shank of the hook. To do that, I just take it and do 2 wraps of thread, loosely capture it. You can pull the craft fur flush to the body. Then you can wrap back up onto the body nice and smooth. Now for the body, we're going to use some pearl crystal flash in a mid size if you have it. For this video I just used standard size, but the mid size, a lot more supple, moves a lot better in the water, so if you have the mid size you can use that, but we're just going to use some regular pearl crystal flash. You want to leave or take a long length of this crystal flash, and you're going to tie this in back by the eyes. We're using 6 or 7 fibers. And you tie it in, take your thread to the eye of the hook, and just let it stay there. Now we're going to twist that clump of crystal flash into kind of a rope. And you're just going to wrap forward. Nice even wraps. Until you get to the eye. We just capture it. You want to capture it so that the crystal flash is facing towards the bend of the hook. Then you're going to fold it back onto the body. Do a couple wraps to secure it. Then you're going to pull the clump backwards. Then you're also going to pull your craft fur back as well. Then you're going to capture it with your thread. See how I kind of left a little bit of a head there? That's what this fly is supposed to look like. And you do a couple turns on your whip finish. Cut out your thread. Essentially you have a finished fly. Last thing we're going to do is just take a brown marker and add some brown stripes to the wing of the fly. That's it. That is a finished puff pastry.